Hi y'all, this is Larry at Deep South Texas. It's December 17th and I think our freezing weather may be over for the year. I certainly hope so. So before we hit the freezing weather, I covered up as much of the garden as I could, got most of it covered up, and so I think we're going to be, for the most part, we're going to be okay. But let's take a look at what got covered anyway. So the cabbage is there, and that got covered, and the broccoli got covered. There's some more broccoli under here that got covered as well. The banana trees are too big to cover, but I did cover up this bunch of bananas here. It has one of these moving blankets wrapped around the bananas, and then a contractor bag over top of them. They're gonna be fine. The other bananas, I didn't bother covering them because they're really too small, and I knew the trees weren't going to make it. So I did try to cover up a couple pups. One there, and one under that garbage can. And I have a moringa tree covered up there. I think that'll be okay. I had some extra tarps, so I threw one over the carrots. I don't think they would have needed it. Most of the peas weren't covered. They look like they're going to be okay. These peas over here were covered. And threw some cardboard boxes over the pineapple plants. A little bit more worried about those than most things. And again, since I had the tarps, I went ahead and covered up the onions. They would have been fine without it. But should be okay. And then there was a volunteer cherry tomato here. So I threw a tub over top to see if they'll last through it. I think that they will. So in about an hour I'll start taking all these coverings off, and we'll come back and get a look and see if there's any damage. I think I'm going to fare pretty good. Much better than most of the other gardens in Texas that I've been seeing online. I think our low, we got down to about 26 degrees, but that really didn't last very long. We had 2 nights where for about 8 hours during the night it was down below freezing, but most of it was hanging in there around 32 degrees, 30 degrees. Again, the lowest it got was 26, and I think we're going to be okay. We'll find out a little bit later. I did manage to get most of the oranges picked before the cold weather hit, so we'll have some orange juice for a while yet this year. And the chickens fared pretty well. I don't think the cold weather bothered them too much. It's now Friday, December 19th, and I removed the covers from the plants in the garden on Wednesday, so a couple days ago. So by now we can see what we have that's been damaged and what looks good. Let's take a look. So for the most part, we fared pretty well. We do have a couple of damaged items, and we'll take a look at those. But the carrots, they look good. But this pineapple over here, I don't think it's going to make it. Now, at least all the outer leaves look like they got frozen. We may still have a center that's still looking good and growing, so We'll find out. The other pineapple looks a little better. This pineapple for the most part still looks dark green, and I'm hoping it's okay. The eggplant, however, it didn't make it. And I didn't start any this year yet, so I'll have to get some more started. But I think that one's coming out. The peas, all the peas pods that were on the plant look a little funny, but they're still crisp, and the plants are still putting out flowers, so I think we're okay on the peas. And there is a new pea there that's just coming out, and you know, it looks good, looks normal, so I think we're okay. It looks like the broccoli survived. I did come out and harvest some heads that were about half the size of what I'd like, just to make sure that I'd get some broccoli this year in case things turn really bad on me, but we still have lots of nice broccoli coming on. Well, the banana trees didn't make it, and I didn't make any attempt to keep these bananas warm because they're really too small to do anything with. However, the other bunch that was farther along, I showed you how I had those covered up, and they're looking good. So they'll hang here till they mature, and you know, we'll have some nice bananas out of that. The cabbage, no problem. It looks good. This moringa tree I had in the garden, I had it covered with a plastic trash can, and you know, the leaves that were on it, they didn't make it. However, that looks like a new leaf coming out right there, so I'm sure that the trunk is still alive, and it's going to grow fine. I also put a bucket over this banana pup, and this one survived. I put a garbage can over another one and it didn't make it, but that one's okay. And I covered up this aloe vera with a contractor bag, and it looks good. The onions and the leeks and the shallots all look good, so no harm there. And we had a volunteer cherry tomato that we threw a container over top of and saved most of it. So it's been growing here for quite a while now. It hasn't really produced any tomatoes yet. It has been flowering on and off, but if we really don't have any more cold weather, it's going to be quite a performer this year, I think. So here are the peppers I planted from seed. I just got them out in the garden hardening off right now. There's that group, and another bunch of them over here, and a few cucumbers as well. I'd really like to plant those because they're big enough, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a couple weeks at least and check the weather then. And here are the tomatoes that I started from seed. I started these about 3 weeks after the peppers because they grow so much faster, and I wanted them ready to plant in the garden about the middle of February. So these should be right on time. They're looking pretty good. We have a couple of papaya trees here on the property. We really didn't do anything to protect them, and they didn't make it. They do this on me every year. They make it look like they're going to do something, and then they don't. But I mean, I think it's still alive. Maybe it'll produce something. We'll see. Well, I feel really blessed that the garden survived as well as it did. Could have been a lot worse, but for sure we lost one pineapple, we lost an eggplant, but everything else is looking pretty good. I can only hope that your garden did as well, or maybe you haven't started yet. So I wish you good luck on your garden this year. I'm off to a good start here in Deep South Texas, and looking forward to a very productive year in the garden. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it that thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.